In this video, I am going to discuss about high-low method. The high-low method is a technique used in managerial accounting to estimate the fixed and variable components of a mixed cost. Now we know what is mixed cost. This is also known as semi-variable cost or semi-fixed cost or total cost. This means this cost includes a portion of fixed cost and a portion of variable cost. This method can be also used as a cost forecasting technique. So we can use the high-low method to calculate the fixed portion of the total cost and the variable component of the total cost separately. And this can be also used as a forecasting technique for cost. This is how we can use this technique. First, identify the highest and lowest activity levels of the recorded activities. Then the variable cost per unit can be calculated. Using the variable cost per unit, the fixed cost portion can be calculated. This is really simple. This is the formula we can use to calculate the variable cost per unit under high-low method. Total cost of highest activity level minus total cost of lowest activity level divided by the highest activity level minus the lowest activity level. We know how to calculate the total cost. Total cost is equal to total fixed cost plus total variable cost. Using this formula, we can calculate the total fixed cost. Total fixed cost is equal to total cost minus the total variable cost. We can calculate the total variable cost using the variable cost per unit multiplied by the number of production units. We can find the variable cost per unit using this formula. This is how we can calculate the variable cost portion and the fixed cost portion in a semi-variable cost. When it comes to high-low method, any cost forecast between the highest and lowest activity level, this is known as the interpolation, are reliable, and any forecast out of the range, this is known as the extrapolation, may not be reliable. Main reason is that there can be step fixed costs below and above the range. Now we know what are the step fixed costs are. These are the situations where the fixed cost can be increased or decreased after a certain activity level. Let me explain to you this in greater detail in the next example. This is the example. Calculate the variable cost per unit and the fixed cost using these given data. What we have to do first is we have to find the highest and the lowest activity level. So let's identify the highest activity level. So the highest activity level is 3800. Now let's identify the lowest activity level, which is 1000. This is the lowest activity level. An important thing to note is that we have to consider the activity levels for the highest value and the lowest value. Do not consider the total cost values for the highest and lowest values. So always consider the activity levels when it comes to identify the highest and lowest value. Now what we have to do is we have to take the differences, because look at this formula. We have to take the difference of total cost of highest activity level and the total cost of the lowest activity level. Then we have to take the difference between highest activity level and the lowest activity level. So the variable cost per unit is equal to total cost of the highest activity level, which is this 16,200 minus the total cost of the lowest activity level, which is this 5,000, divided by the highest activity level, which is 3,800 minus the lowest activity level, which is 1000. This is equal to the variable cost per unit, which is $4. This is the variable cost per unit. Now that we have the variable cost per unit, we can calculate the total fixed cost. Total fixed cost is equal to total cost minus the total variable cost, which is this formula. Now we can select either the total cost for the lowest level or the highest level. Do not consider other values for this calculation. Only use the total cost for either highest level or for the lowest level. Let's consider the total cost for the lowest level, which is 5000 minus total variable cost is equal to 4 multiplied by 1000, because the 1000 is the activity level for 5000 total cost. So this is equal to $1000, which means the fixed cost is $1000. Let's assign the variable cost per unit for the highest activity level as well. Let's see we can get the fixed cost as $1000. So the total fixed cost is equal to total cost minus total variable cost. This is equal to, now the total cost is 16,200. 16,200 minus total variable cost is 4 multiplied by 3,800. This is also equal to $1000, which means we can use the highest activity level or the lowest activity level when it comes to calculating the fixed cost. It is very important to remember that use a value between these two values. Do not use the other values. Let me explain to you what is interpolation and extrapolation. So, interpolation is we considered the value between 1000 and 3800 units. This is the range we considered because this is the lowest activity level and this is the highest activity level. Now we can use the fixed cost of $1000 and the variable cost of $4 to forecast any value between 1000 and 3800. But can we use these values below 1000 and after 3800? It will be not reliable. Let's say there are step fixed cost, meaning let's say if the company wants to produce more than 1000, they will have to rent out a new facility. This is the fixed cost up to 1000 units, and after 1000 units there will be a step fixed cost. Let's say after 4000 units, they will have to purchase a new machinery. So what will happen? There will be another step fixed cost. Likewise, so extrapolation will be unreliable. As now you can see, there are three types of fixed costs here. We can only use the high-low method when the fixed cost is not changing, like here. If we want to extrapolate, we have to find the fixed cost for each segments separately and see if the fixed costs are changing or not. This is a limitation of any forecasting technique, extrapolation. Now let's discuss about how we can use the high-low method when there are stepped fixed cost. Earlier we discussed about the high-low method for constant fixed cost, meaning there were no step fixed cost. Now we are going to discuss about what will happen if there are stepped fixed costs. When there are stepped fixed costs, we have to select the highest and the lowest activity levels within a same fixed cost range. This is really important, meaning the fixed cost should remain the same for both activity levels. As I explained to you here, the fixed cost should be equal for the both highest and the lowest activity levels so that we can use the high-low method. Then we can conduct the high-low method as usual. Let's do an example. There is a 12% step up fixed cost after the activity level of 2500 units, but the variable cost per unit remains unchanged. Calculate the total cost for 2000 units. Let's understand what they are saying here. First of all, let's draw a graph for the step fixed cost. This is the cost. This is the units. So what will happen after 2500 units? Let's say this is the 2500. There will be a step up fixed cost after 2500 units, meaning this will increase. There is a step fixed cost. The step fixed cost portion is 12%. Now what we have to do is we have to calculate the variable cost per unit and then calculate the fixed cost. So in order to use the high-low method, as I said earlier, the fixed cost should be equal. Now let's go to this table. They have given the output levels 2200, 3000, 4500, 4800. Now we have to select the lowest activity level and the highest activity level. So can we consider the lowest activity level as 2200? No, we can't, because there is a step fixed cost after 2500. Let's go to this graph. 2200 will be there. So all the other output levels are higher than 2500, meaning 3000 will be here, 4500 will be here, 4800 will be here. We cannot use the 2200 value as the lowest level, because as you can see there are two types of fixed cost here. In order to use the high-low method, the fixed cost should be the same for the lowest level and the highest level. So we remove the 2200 output level. Now we can select the lowest activity level and the highest activity level from the remaining data. So the lowest activity level is 3000, highest activity level is 4800. As now you can see, for both 300 and the 4800 activity levels, the fixed cost is the same, which is here. Now let's conduct the high-low method as usual. So the variable cost per unit is equal to total cost of the highest activity level, which is 15,520, minus total cost of the lowest activity level, which is 10,120, divided by the highest activity level, which is 4,800, minus the lowest activity level, which is 3,000. So the variable cost per unit is equal to $3. Now let's calculate the fixed cost. Fixed cost is equal to total cost minus the total variable cost. For the total cost, let's select the total cost for the highest activity level, which is 15,520, minus the total variable cost is equal to 3 multiplied by 4,800. So the fixed cost is $1,120. If you assign the variable cost per unit to the lowest activity level, you will also get the fixed cost as 1120. Now what we have to do is they are asking the total cost for 2000 units. So as now we know the variable cost per unit remains unchanged, which means this $3 is not changing. But as now we know there is a 12% step up fixed cost after the activity level of 2500. Let's draw this graph again. This is the 2500 activity level. Now they are asking the total cost for 2000 units. Here is the 3000 activity level and so on. So now we know the fixed cost after the 2500 units is equal to 1120. Now we have to calculate the fixed cost for the activity level of 2000. Let's say it is X. So as now we know the step up fixed cost is 12%, which means this X value multiplied by 112%, which will equal to 1120. X multiplied by 112% is equal to 1120. This is because X value is increasing by 12%. So the final value will be 112%. I hope you understand this. So the X value is equal to 1120 divided by 112%, which means 1120 divided by 1.12. You have to convert this percentage into a decimal value. How you can do that is you can divide the 112 by 100. This is equal to 1.12. So the fixed cost is equal to $1,000. Now we can calculate the total cost for 2000 units, which is equal to fixed cost plus total variable cost. The fixed cost is $1,000, we just calculated it, plus 2000 units multiplied by 3. 3 is the variable cost per unit. So the total cost for 2000 units is equal to $7,000. This is how you can use the high-low method to calculate the variable cost per unit and then to calculate the fixed cost. If there are stepped fixed costs, you have to consider the highest and the lowest values for the same fixed cost amount. I hope the high-low method is now clear to you. This method is really simple, you just have to practice some example questions. Now let's discuss about the limitations of high-low method. Extrapolation is not reliable. We discussed about this earlier. Limited data. The high-low method requires only two data points, the highest and the lowest activity levels. Now you know, which may not accurately represent the entire range of activity levels. Assumes linear relationship. The high-low method assumes that the cost behavior is linear, which may not always be the case. The actual relationship between cost and activity level may be more complex and nonlinear. Ignores other cost drivers. The high-low method only considers one cost driver, which may not capture all of the factors that affect costs. For example, the method may not account for changes in technology, production methods, or quality. Bias. The high-low method may produce biased results if the data points used are not representative or if there are outliers that skew the analysis. Does not consider seasonal variations. The high-low method does not take into account seasonal variations in cost behavior, which can lead to inaccurate cost estimates. Limited to historical data. The high-low method relies on historical data and may not be useful for predicting future costs or changes in cost behavior. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.